I've been a field researcher for 5 years, primarily searching for Bigfoot. My encounter with Dogman was brief. However, I felt like it would still shed some light on the subject of Dogman, so I've chosen to share it here. Now, my research area is along the Sabine River, east of St. Augustine, Texas. Like I said, been in the same area for 5 years. I spotted Bigfoot multiple times, and it was in that area where I learned that Dogman was a physical creature. Most definitely a physical creature. Now imagine the scene. I'm walking along, same area where this Bigfoot clan lives. And typically during this time of day, they're extremely active. But I'm walking through and I can't find any signs of them. That's when I see what looks like a down tree off in the distance. But this tree is moving, and what I mean by moving, it's rolling towards me. Imagine a log laying on the ground, rolling forward. That's what I'm looking at. However, as I'm standing there, this is flat ground. There's no inclines or declines for this thing to be rolling in my direction. Now, initially, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I guess the Bigfoots don't want me in here today, and they're rolling a log at me. However, that's when the direction of the wind changed, and it started blowing directly into my face, and I got this whiff. I mean, this whiff of a putrid, bloody, nasty, wet dog smell. And it was almost as if this thing knew that the wind direction had changed, because what it did next scared the crap out of me. Listen, it comes to a complete stop. And I'm saying to myself, okay, hell no, this is not normal. This is not right. This is not how the Bigfoots behave. I'm getting ready to get the hell up out of here. So now imagine the scene. I'm backing up, keeping my eyes on the area, and then this thing pops up into the air. And by pop up in the air, you know how some people can lay flat on their stomach and they can do a push-up, and they'll jump up in the air and spread their arms and their legs, and then they go back down. Well, no. This thing does what looks like a push-up, pops up into the air like a bouncing Betty, brings its legs underneath it, lands on the ground. The only thing is, it's not facing me. I'm looking at it from the side, and I know this is not a Bigfoot. Then it turns its head, looking in my direction, and gives me this grin. The most menacing, scary, freaking grin I've ever seen. Now pause right here. I need you to understand the distance. I'm away from this thing, and truthfully, I could be wrong about what I saw, but I doubt seriously if I'm wrong. But nonetheless, I could be wrong. I'm about 35, 40 yards away. This area is wide open. The trees are over further to the left, and I see this grin. I can clearly see the teeth, but it looks like it has a section of teeth missing out of its mouth. Now I need you to understand something. The grin that I saw gave me the impression that this thing was thinking to itself, ooh, I almost got you if you would have been just a little bit closer. That's when I hear this grunt from behind me. And I know that grunt, I know what it sounds like. It's the Bigfoots. Next thing I hear is this growling coming from behind me. And I know without a doubt, that's them Bigfoots. So now I'm saying to myself, listen, you've never run out of this research area, but you got Bigfoots behind you. You got this Dogman werewolf thing in front of you. So I turn my back and take off running, trusting in the fact that I've been in this clan's territory for over 5 years. I figure if they gonna get me, fine. But this Dogman thing is not going to get me. When I tell you, I run for over a quarter of a mile through those woods, and they run on the right-hand side and the left-hand side, paralleling me through the woods. It was almost like they gave me a police escort out of there to my vehicle. By the time I got to the car, I'm out of breath, scared out of my mind, throw it in reverse, and I'm breathing so heavily I'm starting to get those little white specks and dots in your eyes, almost like I'm about to pass out. Get back out to the highway and I head back home. I get home, I'm sitting there on the sofa, playing it all through my head again, and I realize, you know what? They did escort me out of there. I didn't get a chance to look back to see what the Dogman was doing. Honestly, I didn't care. I just knew I needed to go. So now I'm kind of spooked, don't want to go back into the research area, but I decided to go back in a month later. And they're there, and everything is normal. I can't tell you what happened between them and the Dogman, but all I can tell you is I've been consistently and religiously going into that area, and I haven't seen them again.